Hey friends, so here I am, finally starting the the booktube, finally having the video, recording the video that I am going to put up. This one is going up this time. Sorry the camera's all shaky. I should probably stop all of that. So I'm just filming a recording on my phone right now, simply because I just needed to get out there and get this done. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I've been giving myself such anxiety about releasing anything out there. Everything needs to be perfect, and I need to edit and my hair's not even done. I'm in my pajamas right now with a nice yellow blanket that's probably pretty distracting my glasses, sorry. But here we go. We're gonna get started now, today, this video. Again, sorry about the shakiness. I'm gonna try to stop. Anyway, so we're just gonna get this vlog started for now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a book review for a book that I read not too long ago, or a couple of weeks ago. I finished the book. It is The Witch and Wizard by James Patterson. Sorry, not The Witch and Wizard by James Patterson. James Patterson is one of my favorite authors, okay? I found him a long time ago when I read Maximum Ride, and I fell in love with that book and that series. And yeah, so anyhow, so I saw that he had this book, Witch and Wizard, which was written with him, or this person named Gabriel Charbonnet or Charbonnet, I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry, wrote it along with him. Or at least they're listed here. I don't know much about, the production of this book and whatnot, but there we go. So the book is about two teenagers, a brother and a sister, Wisty and Wit. Wisty, her name is Wisteria, but she goes by Wisty. They're brother and sister, and they are accused of being a witch and a wizard. The book starts off pretty in it. Like it's a pretty aggressive start. It's scary, I would say, a pretty scary start, and it certainly does a good job of pulling you in. Now, I'm not going to go over too much of what the book, like what is in the book, if that makes sense. I'm probably not making sense. I'm not going to go over the story so much because I am terribly afraid of giving out spoilers, and I wouldn't know what would entail as a spoiler for some people. And I would just like to just avoid spoiling anything, and in all cases. So I'm just gonna say a few things that I liked about the book, some things that I disliked about the book, and what I thought about the book. So the things that I liked about the book was the characters. I thought the characters were fantastic. I really enjoyed the personality of the characters, especially the main two characters, Wisty and Wit. They were adorable. They were really sweet, really nice kids. I mean, I don't know. They were great. I appreciated that they weren't sassy, and they weren't disrespectful and things like that. Like a lot of the things that I see, oh my, excuse me, with people writing teenage characters is that they're such rebels and they're so disrespectful and so rude and things like that. But these kids were nothing like that. They loved their parents. They loved each other. Sure, they had, a typical sibling rivalry stuff going on, but they were a good team, and they loved each other, and it showed a lot. So I really enjoyed the characters. There were a few characters that they met along the way that I really liked what we saw of them as well. I would have liked to get to know them more, but I'll get into that in a moment. But I really liked the characters. I've said that 50 million times. We got it. I like the characters. Okay, sorry, shaking again. My bad. Okay, but also I liked I liked the plot of the book. I thought it was very relevant. I thought it had a good message. I'm hoping that this book is being read by younger audiences. To me, this is suitable for younger audiences. I don't think it's necessarily like a young adult book. I would think more of like a teenager read, teenager, like a teens book, a young teens or, whatever book. Um, and when they're reading it, I hope that they realize and see the message. That the message of the book is, pay attention to what's going on around you. You may think that something doesn't affect you, political things and whatnot. They don't affect you right now. You don't have much of a say. Younger kids can't vote and things like that, so they don't pay attention. But I think that this book screams the message: pay attention, please. Like, you should certainly always be paying attention to what's going on around you, especially in politics and things like that. You don't always have to, you know, make yourself super heard. Like, you don't always have to go out there and be protesting and things like that. If that's something that you want to do and you want to show support, of course, go for it in a safe manner. But I think that it's just good to just be involved and to pay attention and to be educated. And I think that's a good message that they sent out in this book. That was what I got most from it, anyhow. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the plot line, what the story's about. Now, at the end of the book, it ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, a bit. It ended on a cliffhanger, and it's leaning toward a sequel. I'm not sure if there is a sequel. Um, I have no idea if there's a sequel or not. So if there is, I mean, I'll go look it up after this video, but I would love to read it. Now, some of the things that I did not like about the story is the development. The story to me seemed very, very fast paced. And it was hard to catch your breath. Like, I almost felt winded after reading through the thing. I finished this book in like a day, and it's not a very big book. It's an easy book to read in a day, but I felt like it could have been something more. There could have been more details in the story and more focus on. I wish they would have lingered a little bit on some of the developmental areas. For instance, their magical powers. They were developing them, and I wish that we would have been able to go on that journey a little bit deeper with them and the struggles of learning their magical powers. Like, in the book, it seemed more like it was like, oh no, we don't have magical powers. Oh, psych, yes, we do. I don't know how to use them. Psych, just kidding. I figured out how to use everything. It sort of seems like that to me. And is this too low? I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, I wish that it would have been a little bit different. Also, I wish that we would have had a little more time with some of the characters, some of the other characters. I don't know. Yeah, like there was this group of children that they met later on in the story, and I would have liked to be able to get to know some of them a little more, especially Wit's girlfriend. She's got a pretty I mean, the plot line for her was pretty big, and I feel like it wasn't explored enough. Like, the, it was very interesting to hear her plot line, or to just, and I would have liked to hear more. I feel like that was a missed opportunity to explore more of what was going on with her. She sort of disappeared at some point and just kind of never returned. So I'd like to see what happened to her, although if there's a sequel, I imagine that she would be in there more. But again, it just seemed like a pretty big missed opportunity to me to not explore some of that when it was, so heavily such a interesting portion of it. Let me see what else. I wrote things down, but I left my notebook over there. um, but yeah, I mean, those are the big things, really. There is a talk of a prophecy in the book, and it's kind of talked about a little bit here and there. Like, some people somebody mentioned it like slightly in the beginning, and then later on towards the end of the book it becomes more of a thing that is known. But I kind of, it was kind of like, what, where did, like, it seems like it was something that was thrown in there, like, let's put this prophecy in there. Yeah. like, I don't know, like it was thrown in last minute or something. It didn't seem very developed. There's this portion where they were supposed to see the prophecy. Someone was showing them, oh yeah, see, this is how we know that, this is the prophecy. And it wasn't very convincing at all. It was like, this could mean just about anything. What do you mean that this is the prophecy? Again, I don't want to give details because spoilers, but like to me, it was like it wasn't defined well enough. Um, so yeah, basically those were my thoughts on what I liked, what I didn't like. Overall, I thought the book was a good read. Um, it wasn't one of my favorites, but it was good. It was entertaining. It was fun. It was short and sweet, and I would read a sequel. Again, I have to look up and see if there's a sequel, but I certainly would read it. Yeah, so I would recommend this book. I think if I gave this book a score out of 10, hmm, I think I would give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. So it was a pretty good book. Would I reread it? Yes, I would. Yes, I would, because I feel like, again, like I said, I felt a little bit winded after reading it. So maybe there were things that I missed that I would go back and read a second time. I mean, when I was writing down my little notes or whatever, I did go back and skim through some things. But maybe a second read would help me to see some things that maybe I missed. I always find that when I go back and read a book, I see something that I missed. So maybe that's the case for this, and maybe uh, my downy points were misplaced. But whatever. So, have any of you read this book? What do you think of it? What are your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree with me? And what would you give it out of 10? Also, what are you reading? Hey, it's a quick update. There is a sequel to the book, to Witch and Wizard. There are four, actually. There's oh shoot, I forgot what they were already. It's The Gift is the next one, so I have to get that. And then there's the the Fire, I think, The Kiss, and The Lost. So I need to get four of those. But yeah, there is a sequel. There definitely is a sequel. So no spoilers there, I guess. Um, the The Gift, The Kiss, The Fire, The Lost. Or I think it's The Fire and then The Kiss and then The Lost. But yeah, so there it is. I feel really stupid now going on. Yeah, there seems like there's gonna be a sequel, but I'm not really sure. Like, okay, yeah. So I know that this book was written a while ago. I just never read it, and yeah. So I'll be reading those eventually. Can look for them on the book depository, and hopefully we'll be ordering them at some point and reading through those. So there you go. Deuces.